since I posted a video. Sorry, quarantine gets to all of us, right? Right. Okay, moving on. So, new background. I'm back in Texas, built this new bookshelf. You'll notice it is green and silver, obviously. Got my scarf. You know where the inspiration came from. Built this from scratch with the parents. Pretty proud of it. Moved some books from downstairs library to this new upstairs library / my new workspace, creative area thing. Obviously, don't have all of my bookshelves filled yet, but now the one downstairs doesn't look so cluttered. Okay, awesome. Now that we've caught up and you know what the hell is going on, where I am, I'm just teleporting all around the country it seems, let's get into the meat of today's discussion. Who's Snape's mom? Okay, so we do know that Snape's mom is Eileen Prince. It is mentioned in Half-Blood Prince, you know, the book named after Snape. But who is she really? Or more to the point, where is she? Let's discuss. Right, so like I said, the only time that we really hear about Eileen Prince / Eileen Snape is in Half-Blood Prince when we get Snape's flashbacks. But I mean, really, let's think about it. When Sorcerer's Stone starts, or Philosopher's Stone, you know, whatever you want to call it, Snape's only 31, so it is conceivable that his mother is probably still alive, but we never see her. Or do we? The answer to that rhetorical question, which makes it non-rhetorical now, I guess, is yes, I think that we do, and here's why. Right, let's discuss. So, like I said, we do see her, so that's not what I'm referring to. It's not in the flashbacks, but in fact, I think, and I'm not the only one, that Eileen Prince is actually working at Hogwarts. All right, at this point, you're probably like, Brooklyn, you spent way too much time on the beach, you have sunbrain, and you don't know what you're talking about anymore. Sweet child, stop, just stop. We know she doesn't work at Hogwarts because we know who does work at Hogwarts. And that, my friends, is the answer. We know who works at Hogwarts. At this point, you're probably thinking, yeah, no shit, Brooklyn. We know who works at Hogwarts. Where are you going with this? We know that nobody named Eileen Prince or Eileen Snape works at the school, so what could you possibly be talking about? Well, I'm here to answer that question. We know, like I said, who works at the school and who could possibly conceivably be Snape's mom. And let's think about it. Who doesn't like loud children, doesn't like disorder, and is described as constantly swooping and sweeping and stalking around? If your answer was Snape, yes, that's correct, but not who we're talking about. No, instead, we are talking about the librarian herself, Madam Pince. This is the point where you're probably saying, no shit, Brooklyn, we know that it's Madam Pince. Her name is Irma Pince. That's not Eileen Prince. Sounds similar, but not quite. And that is where I would say, you're wrong. No, because what does J.K. Rowling love to do throughout the series, if not make people's names tie into their character somehow? I mean, really, let's think about it. Sirius Black. Sirius is the dog star. His animagus form is a black dog. Remus Lupin. Canis lupus is the word for dog. Lupus being Latin for wolf. Remus was one of the twin founders of Rome, Romulus and Remus, who were raised by wolves. Hey, Remus's mother's, oh God, what is it? Maiden name is even Howl. Like, you know, Howl at the Moon. Right, so that being established, we can say, yeah, names, those are just two examples, but names mean a lot. So where are we going with this? Well, I don't really know what Irma or Eileen mean, nor do I have the inclination to go and look it up for you because that is not the point of it. But you know what is the point? If you rearrange the letters in Irma Pince's name, it comes out to, I'm a prince. You know who else is a prince? Eileen. The answer is Eileen. Eileen Prince is a prince. Get it? Irma Pince, I'm a prince. Eileen Prince. It's the librarian. This may be the point where you're like, all right, that's a bit of a stretch. Somebody spent too much time on this. Like, why is this even important? And I'm gonna answer that for you now. You know, I'm actually not gonna answer it because it really isn't that important. It's just quarantine's driving me insane. And I just keep going down these rabbit holes, but I will give credit where credit is due. I was not the person who came up with this theory. I found it online and I will link it in the description down below so that you guys can get more details, because if there's one thing we can all agree on is the fact that I just don't feel the need to provide you with that many details. I prefer overviews. So continuing with this little overview is the fact that Irma Pince is usually, if not always, referenced in chapters either following or preceding. I can't remember, I'm not looking at the essay right now, but near Snape chapters. And she's described with the same sort of attitude as Snape. You know, swooping, stalking, not liking Gryffindors, that sort of thing. So it is conceivable that Snape, being a half-blood after being a bit repentant after that whole first Wizarding War fiasco, would have gone to Dumbledore and he was like, oh, pretty worried about those Death Eaters killing my mom. And Dumbledore was like, I got you, bro, bring her to the school. And Snape's like, my Death Eater friends probably know what my mom looks like because we have tea on Sundays. I mean, I don't really think that Snape is having tea with the other Death Eaters, like maybe Lucius and Narcissa, they seem pretty tight, but for the hypothetical, just go with it. So Snip Snap brings mommy over and Dumbledore is like, great, Eileen, gonna rearrange your face and we're gonna give you the name Irma Pince. Close enough to Eileen Prince so that when people talk to you, you'll remember to answer, but still not the same name so nobody knows. You may at this point be like, this is a far-fetched conspiracy theory, where's your tin hat? And do you know what I have to say to you? Give me a better theory, like where the hell is Eileen then? Because we never hear from her, she can't be that old. Severus was only 31. And I mean, yeah, Remus's parents were not there and Harry's parents were dead at 2021, and their parents, I guess, were gone since nobody else took in Harry. So apparently people in the wizarding world, even though we have cures for like ridiculous bullshit, just die really early sometimes. But in this instance, I don't think Eileen is dead. No, I totally subscribe to the theory that Eileen is alive and well and working at Hogwarts. To wrap it up, I also seem to be of the opinion, the more that I think about this theory, that I'm pretty sure that Dumbledore did something to Eileen's memory so that nobody would be able to figure out that she was actually Snape's mom. Because what better giveaway to the rest of the Death Eaters and Voldemort for Snape than having his mom a blood traitor? Well, we don't really know that she's a blood traitor. I mean, we can assume that she's either a pure blood or at least a half-blood because she was in Slytherin, but that's not the point. We're gonna call her blood traitor because likelihood of her being one is pretty high given all the information that we've received about Slytherin and Snape's life and everything leading up to that. So what better evidence that Snape is not loyal to the Death Eaters than hiding his blood traitor mom with the help of Albus Dumbledore? So that's it. I subscribe to the theory and I'm wholeheartedly on board with the idea that Eileen Prince had her memory wiped and her face somehow rearranged magically. I don't think it was a glamour because people would have figured that out, but somehow she had wizard plastic surgery and she works at Hogwarts and we all know her as curmudgeonly Irma Pince, the librarian. So guys, if you liked this theory, you can read more about it in the description down below, or if you think I'm batshit crazy for believing this absolutely really unfounded sort of conspiracy, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section down below. If you liked this video and want to see more, like it with the little thumbs up button. Obviously hit the subscribe button because it is sporadic when we upload videos here. You never know, it's like Christmas all the time throughout the year. When are you getting a present of a video? Who knows? So that's it for this video. Like I said, like, comment, share. Hopefully you liked it. Subscribe, help grow the community. We grew a lot in the last month. I got like 100 new subscribers and I'm super grateful for it, and I love all the comments that I'm getting on the videos. I usually like them, or I like and comment on videos. The only time that you won't see me liking or commenting on things really is if I just disagree with the opinion, but just don't feel like arguing with people because it's not productive. If people have the passion enough for a subject to comment on why they think you're wrong, chances are you're not changing their minds. I think that's a lesson that we on the internet could all learn and grow from, so try and apply it to your everyday life, unless getting in fights with people on the internet that you don't know is something that you enjoy, in which case go for it, go for the jugular, and make sure you eviscerate them verbally. Right, thanks guys!